If something like a goldfinch pops out of there, I'm gonna get depressed and go home.
I'm gonna jump in the lake.
In the birding world, one of the driving forces is rarity. When something shows up that is far outside its normal range, it becomes a huge event that ripples through the community. Sometimes these birds come from the other side of the country, but other times they come from an entirely different continent. This was the case when an unexpected species was found in Waukegan, Illinois. Hey everyone, this is Ryan from Badgerland Birding, and it is 6:30 a.m. and you know what that means, up early for a chase of a rare bird. So join me on this trip as we go try to find a small-billed Elaenia in Illinois. As far as rarities in the Midwest go, few in recent memory compared to the small-billed Elaenia. This species lives exclusively in South America, and only a couple of individuals have ever been reported in North America, making it one of the rarest birds in the entire country. Joining me on this quest were my friends and fellow birders Rob and Eric.
What's going on?
You ready to get this Elaenia?
I'm stoked.
Alright.
Let's do it.
After about an hour drive, we crossed state lines as the sun was starting to come up. Getting closer to our destination, we hoped to hear reports that the bird had been seen. How much time we got left?
27 minutes.
Alright. No reports of it yet today still?
Not yet.
We just arrived at Waukegan Beach where this bird has been seen. Don't see anybody else out here right now looking, but hopefully we can find it in the trees that's supposed to have been seen in last. The bird had been hanging out in a thick bunch of trees and shrubs consisting of yews and cedars. We located the spot and waited for it to make an appearance as birders from all over the country began trickling in. Soon, we were joined by around 20 other people, and the stakeout was officially underway. We watched and waited without detecting any movement from the shrubs. We even took a few breaks to check the lake and other parts of the beach just in case the Elaenia had moved somewhere else. We found American goldfinches, European starlings, and a double-crested cormorant, but still had yet to see any traces of our target bird. After settling back into our stakeout spot with the rest of the group, we started noticing some movements coming from the plants. Break it down for us, Rob.
We are waiting for an Elaenia to show up. There's a robin in there faking us out. Was just chasing another bird, which we hope is the Elaenia.
If something like a goldfinch pops out of there, I'm going to get depressed and go home.
I'm gonna jump in the lake.
After a while, we decided that if the Elaenia was in fact in the thick yews, we would need to move closer in order to see it. When we got up to the fence, we realized that the small bird was right in the middle of the branches, and had probably been there the whole time. At first, it stayed concealed, allowing for only obscured and blurry views, but then it moved toward us, giving us better looks than we ever thought we would get. Life bird reaction!
Write it down! Got him.
The small-billed Elaenia is a member of the flycatcher family, with a light olive-colored back, gray underside, and yellowish wash. It has a visible white eye ring and 3 distinct light-colored wing bars, which separate this bird from other similar species. The small-billed Elaenia lives in woodlands and edge habitat in South America. They typically breed in the southern half of the continent and migrate north to Ecuador, Colombia, and Venezuela during winter. Small-billed Elaenias are listed as a species of least concern in their native range. But to North American birders, this small, dull-looking flycatcher is a once-in-a-lifetime find. Well, how was that, boys?
Success.
Success?
That was great. Third lifer this year.
It's crazy. That was pretty fantastic.
It was
That
awesome.
was. I got a lot better look than I was expecting. So.
Yeah, you went back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were out and then you went
guys
back
were
in.
about to leave.
Got fantastic looks at the Elaenia. Well, as fantastic as they get for when it's in a thick shrub. We're gonna go back to Milwaukee and try to find a redneck grebe. That would be a lifer for that man. We headed back up the coast of Milwaukee to try and find a redneck grebe that had been reported there the day before. Redneck grebes can be found in Wisconsin each year and even breed in some parts of the state, but they can be tricky to find. We arrived near the Milwaukee River mouth, where we quickly located the bird. We moved to the other side of the river, where the grebe continued to get closer, giving us the best looks we've ever had. The redneck grebe can be identified by the yellow bill, light cheeks, and red neck. This species breeds in northern lakes and migrates to the coast to winter. They feed mostly on fish and crustaceans, and this particular individual was diving regularly, most likely foraging. While we were in the neighborhood, we made a stop at the same place that Rob and I had found scoters a few weeks earlier. We found an increased number of ducks, including buffleheads, red-breasted mergansers, and white-winged scoters. Feeling satisfied with our trip, we headed out, putting an end to an epic day of birding. It's funny to think about how much of an impact a misplaced bird can have on a group of people. Undoubtedly, the arrival of the small-billed Elaenia has created a lot of excitement in the North American birding community. And like us, many people now have stories to tell about their trip to see this modest-looking bird that just might be the rarest in the country. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding. Eric, what's your excitement level?
8.5.
All right, Eric, level of excitement?
9.
Okay, we went up a half. All right, how are we feeling?
Good.
What's the excitement level?
We're at a 10.
10 out of 10.
42.
Rob, what's your excitement level?
Write it down.
That's a solid 10.
Absolutely.